electric potential due to a dipole at any general point. So we will start with a dipole. So let's say I have here a dipole plus q minus q, and you can choose any point. Let me choose any point P from the dipole. So we start with we consider a dipole of dipole moment P, which is equal to Q2A. Clear? Q2A placed in free space and free from free space in an isolated environment, means it is free from all other forces. Now consider a point P. Consider a point P at a distance r from the center of the dipole where the electric potential due to the dipole is required to obtain. So you can see I am explaining the situation first. Required to find or obtain, whatever. Now, so that means what I mean, this, so if this is the center of the dipole, this is at a distance of, this point is at a distance of r from the dipole, from the center of the dipole. This distance is being a, this being a. Now, no, let me not draw this here, I will be needing something else. Then, from the individual charges, how far they? From the individual charges, because to always find the potential from a charge, we need to know what is the direct distance between the point and the charge. So these things must be obtained here. So this is it. Let me name this as R1 and let me name this as R2. Correct? The total potential, the potential at P will be what? V would be equals to sum of V plus sum of V minus. That means V is equal to K Q by R1, then is a minus. So minus K Q by R2. But do you know R1 and R2? We do not know R1 and R2 because R1 and R2 is unknown quantities. Only known quantities in case of dipole will be R. So all our relation between R and R2 must be in terms of R only. So in order to do that, what we are going to do is this. We are going to extend this. I am going to extend this now, so that we can bring it into known quantities. How to bring it into known quantities? So let me extend it. Now, and I also drop one perpendicular from here. And also drop one perpendicular from here. Why this perpendicular? Imagine you are holding a protractor and you are drawing an arc with this radius. R2 as the radius. If you hold from the point P and draw an arc, you will see it will cut at this point. It will cut at this point. Similarly, if you hold it here, it will cut at this point. So what we are doing, we are actually projecting this length on this main line. Okay, so this is our center. We're actually, what we are doing, we are projecting R1 on OP, and similarly we are projecting R2 on OP. Got it? So then, now by construction, now what are you going to do? Extend the line. Let me name this point as A. Let me name this point as A and this point as B. So if this angle is theta, implies this angle is also theta because they are vertically opposite angle. Correct? So we can say so many things, but not going into so much. We will just say that extend the line O, extend the line O up to P, and draw perpendiculars from plus Q and minus Q, okay, so that R2 and R1 can be expressed in terms of known quantity R. Therefore, now what can I write? How can I write now? Look at this. So R1, can I write? R1 can be written as R plus how much distance? OA. And R2 can be written as R minus OB. Now if you look, the triangle OA, whatever name, you can give any two names. Let me name this as P, this point as P. This is P, this is Q. You can see that these two triangles are congruent. How can you say these two triangles are congruent? Theta and theta, they are vertically opposite angles. This is 90. This is 90. If this 2 is 90, also you see this side. So you can say at two angles, this angle is equal, this angle is, you have drawn a perpendicular on this, right? So then can I say that side, this side and this side will be equal? This angle and this angle will be equal, and this angle and this angle will be equal. That means this is what side angle angle property, side angle angle property. Or you can go in any other say, we can clearly mention that these two triangles are congruent. You can clearly say triangle PAO and triangle QBO are congruent. So if they are congruent, just a minute. So if they are congruent, and R plus OA is congruent, then what can I write? Can I write cos theta is equal to perpendicular by base? So our perpendicular is OB. What is base now? Base is A. This distance is A. Perpendicular by, so this is perpendicular by, so OB, base by hypotenuse. What I am saying, base by hypotenuse. So base by hypotenuse. Similarly in this triangle also it would be base by hypotenuse. So then I can say that cos theta would be equals to OB by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is A, implies OB is equal to A cos theta. Similarly, what do you think OA will be? Similarly, I can write OA will be equals to A cos theta. You can check it. You can see it is again OA would be base by hypotenuse, same thing. So then what will be our R1 and R2 now? So R1 and R2 will become now, R1 will become R plus A cos theta, and R2 will become R minus A cos theta. So shall I supply this in this equation? Let me this be equation 1. Using in equation 1, what can I write? So V would be equals to KQ by R1 is R plus A cos theta and KQ R minus A cos theta. Take LCM now. If I take LCM, what do I get? If I take LCM, this should be R square minus A square cos square theta, because this is A minus B, this is A plus B and A minus B. In this case, I will take the K and KQ outside because this thing is common only. I'll keep this aside. So this one will become now R minus A cos theta, and this should be minus R, and then again minus A cos theta. Therefore, you can see R get cancel. I get here V equals to minus KQ, then it would be 2A cos theta by R square minus A square cos square theta. Correct? Now what can I write? Can I write this as, remember what is dipole? Dipole moment is what? Either of the charge, whether plus charge or minus charge, doesn't matter, and the separation between the charges. So I am getting here, now you pay attention, you see I have taken the point P here and minus Q this side. So P is close to minus. That's why I am getting here a negative sign here. But if you have taken this one to be plus and this one to be minus, and P being the same side, this would have been got plus. So it doesn't matter whether V comes as your plus or minus at this step. No problem. No need to worry, because I can always write dipole moment. Dipole moment definition is either of the charge, product of either of the charge into the separation between the dipole. So then what can I write? K minus Q 2A cos theta divided by R square minus A square cos square theta. So V gives me now K P cos theta by R square minus A square cos square theta. Correct? Therefore, this is the potential. This is V. So V equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square minus A square cos square theta. This is the potential at any general point near the dipole. Any point. Now this is the equation. So this kind of equation is very hard to produce for electric field. Why you cannot create an electric field, a general equation like this? Because electric field is a scalar quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity. V is a scalar quantity. Okay, now you can see if I can have some cases here. So first case what I can do here is that, first thing what we can do is that if the dipole is very far, if the PR is very far compared to, if R is very greater than A, so we can neglect A. So if I neglect A, what do I get here? V would be equals to KP cos theta by, wait a minute, we got what? V is inversely proportional to R square. Inversely proportional to R square. I need to bring my Desmos calculator now. So if I bring the calculator here, if you remember, I told you that in case of a single point charge, the potential V is given as 1K Q by R. So V was proportional to R. Now for a second dipole system, second charge system, that is where you have a dipole, it is inversely proportional to R square. So if in case of this curve, in case of V proportional to R, the graph is something like this. Now this is the 2D graph I am showing you. I will discuss about the graph very soon once I finish with the quadrupole. And this is, what about this case? In this case it is square. So let us see what does this mean. So if I put here, I am showing V by y equals to 1 by x. If you don't know, this is a rational function. Don't look at this thing. You may just know this portion only now. Now if I take this as y equals to 1 divided by x to the power 2, you can see the red graph represent 1 by x curve and the blue graph represent 1 by x square graph. But note, they meet at a point. They are meeting at a common point. What is this point? Where is this potential point? Correct? So this is, for now you can know this much, that they will always meet at a point. And I am going to give you one homework today, which if you can't I will derive it. That will be for the quadrupole. There you will see, in case of quadrupole, it will depend on x to the power cube. That is interesting. So as the charge increases, as the charge configuration increases, plus minus charge configuration increases, variation of v also increases inversely with the power of x. Okay, power of r. So we see that v is proportional to 1 by r square. Now, if case 1, again here the same concept arises. If r is very less than a, you cannot neglect a. Then v has to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p cos theta by r square minus a square cos square theta. Simple. You cannot neglect in that case. However, if r is extremely far compared to the dipole, this compared to the a, then you can easily neglect it. Now case 1. When theta equals to 0 degree, theta equals to 0 degree means where is the dipole? So if this is our dipole, we are talking, so this was the line, this is 0 means it is here. So we are talking about the axial line. So axial line. So at that case theta equal to 0 means cos 0 is 1. That means v will be at that time k p by r square. I'm taking this relation, k p by r square. Now when case 2, when theta equals to 90 degree, then we are talking about the equatorial line. So this is our dipole, minus q plus q. We are talking about the equatorial line. So that means in that case v equatorial will be 0 because cos 90 is 0. Correct? So the potential on the equatorial line of a dipole is 0. Right? Isn't this, I gave you a question that find a point on the line joining the two charges where the electric potential is 0? Isn't this what I said, I taught you? I gave you a question to do it. So I was working on this concept. So any doubt before I proceed to the next topic? I'm going to talk about this different graph very soon. But any doubt until this far? Any question to ask? Anything in derivation you find, how is that and all? You can ask. Please raise the question. Any doubt? Any doubt? Noor? Noor, any question? No. So then, so we have done this. So finished. Now, let us do one question. You can see, once you know this concept, let me give you one question. If I ask you, what is the electric potential? What is the electric potential on the axial line, on the equatorial line of a dipole? What do you think will your answer be? What will be your answer? What will be your answer? What is your answer? Bipasha, what will your answer? What is the electric potential on the equatorial line of a dipole? What is your answer? Stella? Stella? Nivedita?
Sir, 0.
0. How can you say that?
Because theta is 90 degree.
Theta is 90 degree and the expression of V include cos, right? So this question I can ask in another way. So if your concept is not clear, you're going to get bounce. You see, I give you this picture. I give you this picture and I give you this thing. 2 points A and B. Find the potential difference between A and B if the line through AB pass through the axis. Pass through O. What will be the answer again, Nivedita?
Sir, 0.
0. Why? It is again on the equatorial line. Now look at the another question. So many ways CBSE has asked. I give you this. I have given this question to you yesterday. No one bothered to solve this. Plus Q, minus Q, and again I gave you here a minus Q and a plus Q. Can you tell me what is the potential at O now? Nivedita, as no one else is responding, so I am asking you again and again. Can you tell again what will be the answer? Now,
0.
How can you say 0?
Because it's in the center, which is 90 degree to
No. This is the answer. If you draw two lines, look closely. How many pair of dipoles can you see? This is one dipole. This is one dipole. This is one dipole. This is one dipole, right? So if I draw two axes, the point O lie on the equatorial line of the dipoles, right or not? Correct? The point O lies on the equatorial line of the dipole, hence it would be 0. Correct? The point O lies on the equatorial line of the dipole, hence V equal to 0. So many ways this question can be asked. Again I can ask, what is the work done? What is the work done? Work done to move, to displace a charge or to move a charge along the line joining the two charges along the equatorial line of a dipole. Again the answer is 0. Okay, so this was a very, now I'm giving you one homework, please try it if you can, and you must do this, because this is from, if I have been able to teach you properly and if you have understood the concept, this you will do it smoothly, but if you have doubt, you won't be able to solve it. So I'm leaving this for you to do. Find the potential, that means I'm talking about electric potential, on the axial line of a quadrupole. So what is a quadrupole? You see, quadrupole is nothing but, imagine this situation. There are many molecular arrangement where this is the minus 2q charge, this is minus 2q charge, and it is surrounded by 2 plus q charge on the other side. So this is plus q, this is minus q, plus q again. So this arrangement is called a quadrupole. Your task is to find what is the electric potential at P, given that this distance from P is R. So how to do it? It's up to you. But your answer should come, your answer given that this distance is A and this distance is A given to you. Now how you do it, it's up to you, but your answer, the final result of V should be dependent on R cube and not R square. Okay, it should depend on R cube and not 1 by R cube and not R square. Understand? So this is your homework for today. Clear? Okay? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it for today. Because my next topic is electric potential energy. Again, you can you tell me Saturday mornings? Saturday morning I may take some long classes. So I will let you know from this week. And I have this chapter will be definitely there in your exam. Although I have given current electricity, if I can finish current electricity, well and good. If not, then up to this much will be there. That is ray optics, wave optics, electrostatic potential. Okay? I am trying if I can go up to current electricity as well. Okay then, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.